Hey friends! Today's video is going to be another collab, and today's video I'm very, very excited about. I'm collabing with the wonderful and fantastic and illustrious Maggie Mae Fish, and if you have never seen Maggie's videos before, Maggie makes these really in-depth, well-scripted, like, analysis critiques on film, and Maggie is literally one of my favorite creators on this website who makes videos about film. Like, I took film classes in college, and I'm just like, I wish I could be as fucking eloquent about movies as Maggie is. Ugh. And I found Maggie's channel like a year and a half ago where she made a video about Jaclyn Hill and Lipstick Gate, so... But I approached Maggie about wanting to do a collab, and I'd been wanting to do more content about movies on this channel, and I know I've been talking about it, and I was like, what better way to make some more than to do a collab with one of my favorite movie content critique creators. So today's video, we are each talking about a different Christmas movie whilst putting on some makeup. We're kind of drawing inspiration from the film we're talking about. She had narrowed it down to 2 different movies. I don't know which one she ended up picking, so it's a surprise to me. But today for my video, we're going to be talking about Mary-Kate and Ashley's very first movie, To Grandmother's House We Go. And this film, let me start by putting on some foundation. Oh shit, I have way too much stuff in my makeup bag. This movie was made in 1992. It was released in 1992 when Mary-Kate and Ashley were like 6 years old. They were like fresh off being like uber celebrities on Full House. This was the first time they'd actually been seen on screen together. So everybody was like, oh my god, there's 2 of them. This was before Dual Star Entertainment and before the Olsen twins took over the market of straight-to-video movies in the 90s. This is some early Olsen twin goodness, and early 90s, oh my god. Early 90s. I watched this when I was younger. I watched this as a kid, but I hadn't watched it in a really long time when I watched it for this video. But oh my god, like there were so many lines in this movie that I just remembered.
Don't even think about it.
The general plot is that Mary-Kate and Ashley are twin sisters. Their names are Sarah and Julie, and their mom is a single mom who works at a convenience store. And their mom is feeling really overworked because the girls are little shits.
No money.
Or so, the mom is just having a bad day, having a rough day, and then talking to her friend, kind of letting it out, complaining a little bit. And then the girls hear their mom being like,
"You need a vacation." I would love a vacation.
And so the girls take this as their cue to run away. To run away to grandmother's house we go. So today, for my makeup, I am drawing inspiration from the fact that Mary-Kate and Ashley they were always assigned a color in a movie. Usually it was the same one throughout all of their films, though I believe later on, like Ashley kind of took more on the pink persona and Mary-Kate took more of the blue persona. But when they were kids, Mary-Kate was always in pink and Ashley was always in blue. And that's especially evident in this movie, so that's what we're gonna do today. I grabbed a bunch of palettes to play with because I don't know exactly which pink and blue I want to use. So we're gonna do a 2-toned look for my 2-toned twins. So as the film starts out, this is just a fun walk down memory lane. The film starts out just at home. The girls are being turd. They're playing with their dog. Their dog eats their brownie.
Barney ate my brownie. Mine's in his mouth.
That's a giant brownie. That amount of chocolate in a dog would kill a dog. Like, I feel like that detail was just like, he ate my brownie. Is he gonna die? Apparently not. One thing I did notice, their comedic timing is like really good. For a 5-year-old. It's so funny. There's like points where they just are throwing jokes back at the adults in the room, and I'm like, damn girls, you guys are on top of your game at that age. It is weird though, sometimes thinking about like how odd their childhood was. Like in hindsight, I'm like, they had the weirdest lives as kids. Like, I don't envy them in the slightest. The fact that they had an entire production company just like devoted to them by the time they were 10 years old is really weird. There's this side character, the delivery man, the postman, Eddie, who loves cowboys, wants to be a cowboy, and is low-key sexist. He's constantly hitting on the girl's mom, and her name is, what is her name? Mom, what's her name? Rhonda. Yeah, okay. The postman constantly is flirting with her and is hitting on her, and she's just like kind of playfully being like, oh, Eddie, like just kind of rolling her eyes at him. And then he comes to deliver something to their house, and the girls, they were making a snowman because this was Christmas time. They were making a snowman, and Eddie steps on the snowman and ruins it and kills the snowman. And so when they call for their mom and Rhonda comes out and she's like, oh, girls, don't bother him. And he was like, you got kids? And then he just like stops flirting with her because she has children. I'm like, sir, you don't have to be so obvious that you hate kids and that you don't like commitment. Like, stop it. I'm gonna use my sponge today. So Eddie stops flirting with their mom. And then it was at this point when the girls hear their mom, hear Rhonda talking about needing a break and talk about needing to have some time to herself and not have to worry about the girls because their dad is no longer in the picture. She's divorced and works at a convenience store, and she doesn't have the heart to tell them that she has to work on Christmas Day. It also brings to the forefront one other constant in every Mary-Kate and Ashley movie. Most of the time, the parents are either completely absent or they only have one. Okay, I kind of like how the sponge applied that concealer. So after the mom leaves for work and she leaves the girls with her friend to babysit, they take action and pack up their bags, and they're like, we're gonna go to grandma's house. We're gonna give mom a vacation. We're gonna run away without telling anybody and just gonna go hang out with grandma. So they pack up all their stuff, they get on a bike, and then they start riding away. They're like, wait, we don't know where we're going.
See you later. Where are you going?
They eventually get on a bus. They talk to like a librarian, like a lady who's, or no, she was trying to be a weather woman. Yeah, and she was like, do you guys want to know the weather? And they're like, okay. Like, I can just imagine being a 5-year-old, like, sitting on a bus with, like, random strangers. I'm like, that's scary. That's scary stuff, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna do blue. I'm gonna take this light blue from my Lethal Cosmetics palette. We're gonna have this side be the Ashley side and this side be the Mary-Kate side. We're switching it up. So whilst they're kind of perusing the town area after they get off the bus, still nobody knows where they are. They find Eddie, the delivery man. They find his delivery truck, and they were like, he can take us to grandma's. So they jump in the back of his truck and just decide that they're going to ride along with him. Eventually, Mary-Kate has to go pee. I don't remember if she was Julie or Sarah. I'm just going to call them Ashley and Mary-Kate, okay? Mary-Kate has to go to the bathroom, so she starts screaming that she has to go to the bathroom, freaks Eddie the fuck out. He's like, oh my God, why are you in my car? Why are you in my truck? Why are you here? He drives to a bar, like a tavern, and like that's the first place he can find with a bathroom. So he takes her there, she goes to the bathroom, and he calls their mom, and he's like, I have the girls. They're safe. They wanted to give you a vacation. They jumped in the back of my truck. And she's like, okay, well, all right. And he was like, well, I need to do the rest of my route. I'll take them along with me and I'll bring them back at the end of the day. Why their mom was just like cool with them hanging out with like the random delivery man. Again, beyond me, early 90s adventure film, kids movie shenanigans. I think I want to take a little bit of the blue from this Kaleidos palette too. I think I want to like make it a little more turquoisey, a little less periwinkle. So they're riding around with Eddie. Another thing that we find out about Eddie, besides he's obsessed with cowboys, is that he loves the lottery, and he's kind of obsessed with luck, following signs and following his luck and good luck charms. So as he's taking them along on his route to deliver things, and most of them being Christmas presents, because apparently it's like 2 days before Christmas, they turn out to be some good luck for him because they come out and help him deliver things, and then the nice people who are getting their packages decide to tip them because they're cute 5-year-old twins. So then Eddie starts getting tips, and he's basically using these girls to like just get tips and pretending that he's their dad. This is his kind of like way of learning that like he doesn't hate kids, because the beginning of the film we get this idea that like he doesn't like kids and that he's not fit to be a dad. Spoiler alert. But they collect all this money. Towards the end of the day, when they're finishing up their route, he gets mugged. He gets mugged and his vehicle gets stolen. And there was this other like subplot. There's so many little subplots. The subplot that there were these bandits stealing packages and stealing mail and hijacking mail trucks. So they hijack his mail truck, and he's like, oh, fuck. The girls were in there. Also, all that money was in their purse. Because they had gotten a lot of money. He had filled out a lotto ticket too. And he was like, oh my God, they're my meal ticket. They're lucky. I'm going to fill out a lotto ticket. He finds out that the numbers he put in were winning numbers, but then he has to find the ticket. So like, that's kind of like a background motivation for him to help find the girls so he can find his lotto ticket and the purse full of money. This guy kind of sucks. Like, he's kind of shitty. I think I'm going to stick with this palette for now and then use this kind of like deeper tealy blue. The bandits, the older folks, they're like older. It's like Rhea Perlman and who's the other guy? Jerry Van Dyke. It was Jerry Van Dyke. I was like, I knew it was a familiar face. Jerry Van Dyke and Rhea Perlman kidnapped them inadvertently, but then they were like, well, we can get money. We can get the reward. They were just trying to exploit ransom money out of Rhonda and Eddie so that they could be criminals even more. And then Shirley, Rhea Perlman's character, makes a phone call to Rhonda and then asks for a ransom. Shirley's like, they will make the trade at the ice rink in Edgemont and that Rhonda is to wear a red hat. And so because they don't have $10,000 for this ransom money, Eddie goes and pawns all the Christmas gifts he had in his delivery truck and they're able to make the money really quickly. So they meet up at the carnival in Edgemont, and Edgemont was where grandmother lived. That was another little Easter egg at the beginning. Edgemont is where they were originally going in the first place. So they go to the carnival. This is such a funny movie. The fact that Rhea Perlman was in this is just hilarious. And as they're like kind of getting ready to go to the carnival and like on their way there, Shirley and Harvey, Rhea Perlman and Jerry Van Dyke's characters, tell the girls that they're elves because they're like, why do you have so many gifts here? Because they brought them into their RV. So they like kidnapped the girls and then left the truck and then took the girls on the RV. The sketchiest situation. They're like, why do you have so many gifts? And like, because we're elves. We're elves. We're Santa's elves. And they're like, oh my God, you're elves? Because they're 5. And they start kind of snowballing into this lie. Okay. Before I put the shimmer on, I'm going to put the pink side on. We're going to jump into the Mary Kate side. Mary Kate was always who I identified with more. I don't know why. Let me just do this pink side. Oh, this colored rain pink is so pretty. It's not like the most pigmented thing in the world, but it blends nicely and I like this tone of pink. Ooh. Also, these colors are reading very Barbie and I'm not mad about it. All right. So, Rhonda and Eddie go to meet these kidnappers at the carnival. They're meeting with Shirley while Harvey kind of watches the girls. He takes them on a pony ride, and the girls are very mad that they're not taking them to grandmother's house. Like,
You're not taking us to Grandma's?
this isn't grandma's. And he's like, no, I'm not. We're giving you back to your mom. And they're like, no, we want to go to grandma's. And they're like screaming at him. They're like, Harvey is a liar. Harvey is a liar. All the other people kind of in next to the pony ride are like just kind of staring at him like that's kind of sus, you know? And because they are so done with them. Mary-Kate and Ashley had all the sass in the world as 5-year-olds.
They escape.
They jump off the pony and they were like, we are not going to deal with these people anymore. We're going to go talk to Santa Claus. Santa Claus can bring us to grandma's house. And because there was a Santa Claus there taking photos and talking to little kids, they go and sit with Santa.
Why are you so cranky?
He walks away, but leaves them in the sleigh. And they were like, well, we got some reindeer here because the horses had horns on. And so they hijack the sled that Santa Claus was sitting in, the giant sleigh. They hijack it and they're booking it down the road. They are blasting down the hill.
Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen. Stop!
And Eddie, remember, he's obsessed with cowboys. Like literally in his truck, he would sing like old
Yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay, yippee-yi-yo-ki-yay.
singing this song constantly. He's obsessed with cowboys. I'm like, dude, calm down. So he sees another horse and he was like, I get to be the cowboy hero. I get to ride on horseback and save the day over the river and through the woods to...
Holy crap, these horses are taking us through the woods.
I've never had a horse. I don't know how well trained they are. Oh my god, I love these colors. These colors are so fun. I haven't used this palette in a while, and I'm very happy I did. I'm gonna use this pink, or this shimmer, which is also from this palette. This is like kind of a silvery white. Like it has like a little bit of gold, but not much. I just like this particular shade because it's not like inherently, like there's not really a base shade. It's just kind of like a shimmery sparkle. Goes good over top of most looks. Ooh, yes. I needed some sparkle in this look because 90s. Ooh, okay. Eyeliner. I'm not putting on a wing because I don't want to, but I will use this eyeshadow, or this eyeliner. This is my Urban Decay 24/7. Oh shit, what is it even called? Yeah, so I don't know what it's called, but it's like a purple. Eddie catches the girls, saves the day, but then the horse keeps going. It's like, where are we going, horsey? What's going on? What's the deal? What's the dealio? Stop. And wouldn't you know it, the horse got to Grandma's house. The horses took them to Grandma's house. And clearly Grandma didn't know about this whole thing because they get there and she was like, what are you girls doing here? And they're like, we came to see you, Grandma. And she's just chilling. And then everybody has like a nice time. Mom shows up. They get to have Christmas at Grandma's house. But one more thing that they need to accomplish. So whilst all of this was happening, there was this kind of side plot that Eddie, now that he got his lotto ticket, he wanted to go on this like spin the wheel show to like get the jackpot. And he needed to get back into town to do that by a certain time. And hitch a ride with a detective who falsely arrested them as like the bandits because they had sold all those Christmas presents at the pawn shop. Yeah, they got arrested at one point for being the bandits, and they're like, no, we were just trying to like get this ransom to stop the real bandits, and then we were going to use the money to go buy the presents back. So eventually Shirley and Harvey turn themselves in. But in that process, Eddie's like, I don't know if I'm going to make it back to spin the wheel. So he hitches a ride with the detective, and they make it. They make it to the spin the wheel show. The host of this like spin the wheel show was Bob Saget.
What do you know? You are so cute. It is a winner.
And then the assistant for this wheel spin show was Aunt Becky, was Lori Loughlin. And they get to spin the wheel, and because the girls are lucky, Eddie's like,
I'd like for my 2 good luck charms to spin this one for me.
And he's just relying on the magical luck of these 2 twin sisters. And because this is a family movie that everything has to end up happy, they spin the wheel and it lands on the jackpot. Oh my god, it landed on jackpot. Holy crap. They did it. He got the jackpot. He finally likes kids now. He finally gets to make out with their mom. At one point, like Rhonda and Eddie are just like kissing on television. And then Mary-Kate and Ashley just look up at their mom. They're like,
Mom, you're missing all the fun.
because there was like confetti and balloons. And she's like, no, I'm not, girls. And I'm like, Mom, you know you're about to get laid. It's just such a funny, weird closure of this film of being like, we won the lottery, we got to Grandma's house, and now our mom finally gets a boyfriend. That's another thing that I feel like was kind of, the fact that this movie and It Takes Two was basically about like sister hijinks or twin hijinks to get their parents a date. Like, that's just kind of weird. Also, Billboard Dad. Billboard Dad was like that too. They were just trying to get a girlfriend for their dad. That's weird. I'm using a pink blush because it only makes sense. I kind of love how this turned out. This is giving me very, like, there's no orange, so I don't want to say Nickelodeon, but kind of, oh, I need to do this with orange and lime one of these days. That would be fun. I'm going to do that in a different video. I have to find the perfect lime eyeshadow though. That, my friends, is To Grandmother's House We Go. I love this movie. I feel like is again a very kind of exemplary, I was about to say exemplary example. Abigail. I've had a long day. A testament to their comedic timing as kids, and also a testament to the amount that they were made to work as children. They worked so much. They had movies coming out all the damn time. Never in theaters. Never in theaters, except like It Takes Two. I wanted to do different colored highlighters for my inner corner. I grabbed my Cleana. I will take a little bit of Fuse, actually, to put in the inner corner, to just give it a little more dimension. I'm just gonna like really kind of build up that pink highlight on the inner corner. Taking pink heart as well. This glow kit is probably like on its last leg. I'm like, y'all, you've been around for a long time. I'm gonna take a blue. Ooh, that's a fun one. Now I need mascara. And then we will finish up our chat. It is interesting after the last film video I made about Passport to Paris, kind of going back to the beginning of where it all started with To Grandmother's House We Go, and like seeing, like I said, how much wit and comedic timing they had as 5-year-olds. Like obviously part of that is direction, but you know, they were funny. I'm doing a nude lip because I don't want to deal with colors. So this is the finished Mary-Kate and Ashley circa 1992 To Grandmother's House We Go look. I didn't want to go Christmas colors. I feel like that was too easy, too predictable. I did one eye based on Ashley's stereotypical personality and the other eye on Mary-Kate's stereotypical personality. Even though their personalities in this movie weren't that different, like the differences between them fully kind of realized several years later when they started making stuff like Passport to Paris, Billboard Dad, Our Lips Are Sealed, Holiday in the Sun, Getting There, Winning London, When in Rome, New York Minute. How many other ones can I remember? I will do more of these videos about movies, I promise. This won't be a one-time thing. Let me know in the comments down below if you've ever seen this movie or how much of a Mary-Kate and Ashley stan you were as a child. Maybe like me, I don't know. But definitely go check out Maggie's videos, subscribe to her channel, she's fantastic. But I want to talk more about movies on this channel because I do like movies and I feel like that's a nice direction that a lot of people are taking. I just like talking about films. I like talking about weird movies. But for today's song of the day, let's see. KEXP, our local radio station, just announced their like top voter albums of the year, like the audience voted, and number one album was Impossible Weight by Deep Sea Diver, which has been one of my favorite albums of the year. There's a song on this record, which is the last song on the record, called Run Away With Me, which I think is apt for a movie about two little girls running away from their mom to go visit their grandma. So yeah, Run Away With Me from Deep Sea Diver is your song of the day. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you are staying safe. I hope you are staying home. Wash your hands, wear your masks, be safe, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye!